here's why it's important not to offend somebody's ego, which has happened to me a couple of times in my life in the last 4 years, and they've been quite rather large. And what I mean by that is that people have been very extremely upset. And here's a story I'm going to tell you about how it cost me over $500,000. So, and how it's still continuing to this day and how crazy this is. So I had a property I was buying. And when I was buying the house, I was paying a little more than what it was worth because they were going to be lending me $185,000. And I was paying them a great amount. So it's an older person. And they had 2 properties. One caught on fire. So I bought that property. And then they wanted to sell their other property, needed a roof. They were living there. They haven't had a roof on it needed it 10 years before, okay? So, and these were a couple old ladies, okay? So here's how the story goes. I actually got screwed by them, and here's why. So, I wrote a contract for the first property. Then I wrote a contract for the second one. I was going to buy the second one, and then I was going to buy them a house for $800,000. So they were selling me 2 homes for $700,000, and I was buying them a house for $800,000 and paying them. So the mortgage was going to be paid on that property, and I had other properties to put up for collateral to protect them. And I was also paying them, I think it was $3,000 a month. So they were making money and having a better house. And this house was the best house in town. So let's just say this. Then somebody else got involved, son-in-law, not even a son-in-law. And he was going to do the roof for me. And then he ended up not doing what he said he was going to do. So then I used someone else. Well, I had already bought the house. So I was buying the second house and I was pulling cash out on that house. That's how I was able to buy the third house. It's a long story. I never did this before. And it was going to work out great. I was going to be buying 2 homes, fixing them, selling them, making a profit there, and then borrowing, I want to say around it's been a while, 3-4 months now, but around $400,000, okay? So I was making well over $500,000 on this deal, making over $200,000-$300,000 and borrowing $400,000. So over $700,000 cash. This was going to be freeing me up out of my property since I had way more than that to cover it. So I put a roof on their house. I had a contract, 2 contracts. They agreed. Then they started hesitating. And after I let go of the son-in-law on the roof, because apparently he got real butthurt and he got involved and sabotaged the whole thing. So now I'm dealing with him, and I ended up not getting the loan on the first house, giving back the second one just so we didn't have to go to mediation and cost me a bunch of money. Or we went to mediation and would have went to court, cost me a bunch of money. So I had other projects going on, so I had already tied up $30,000 in the roof. Now I have to apparently put a new roof on it. And this guy is so adamant about making my life hell. And the only reason I could think that is because I've been more successful than him, and he's pissed off and he hates me. And people, this happens. You offend people's ego. It is crazy. Look at Donald Trump. Look at all these people. It's amazing how many people get upset at successful people, and all they look for is all the bad shit. They look for any reason to bring someone down versus all the obvious reasons as to why they're successful and why they're good for the position. So I just wanted to share this because I just got messages from him about the roof costing me another $22,000, and I better have the money or he's going to report me and all this stuff. And I explained to him, well, I was buying the house. I had it in contract, so I put a roof on it because I had to put a roof on it to pull money out. Once they got the roof on it, they backed out, and now they're going to get $50,000 for free out of it. And then they also screwed me out of the loan, and they got more money on there. Man, I need to learn from these people on negotiating because but this is honestly what evil people do. I believe in karma. So I let it go, move on, turn the other cheek, smile at him every time. And he's always trying to rub me the wrong way. Everybody sees it. The lenders, man, this guy is on it for it. And you think I slept with his mother or something, but I didn't.